take that over some of those quarterbacks.
Do you feel like you let the defense down at all?
No.
I am not ruling the Buffalo Bills out, but the Miami Dolphins are the best team in this division. And
I'm singing you this Christmas wish from Hawaii. Sands of Waikiki shine bright as snow. Send news land aloha to brighten up your day. Mele kaliki maka ene. I'm singing you this Christmas wish from Hawaii. Lulu lights are all aglow. Sending you the slam aloha to brighten up your day. Mele kaliki maka ene. May your days be as bright as the sun at Haleakala, and your nights by the moon at Hanalei. May the spirit of Christmas behind your hearts like Mauna Kea. Nele kaliki maka eine. So I'm singing you this Christmas wish from Hawaii. Wishing you were here or I with you. Sending you the slam aloha to brighten up your day. Mele kaliki maka eine. May your days be as bright as the sun at Haleakala, and your nights by the moon at Hanalei. May the spirit of Christmas behind your hearts like Mauna Kea. Mele kaliki maka eine. So I'm singing you this Christmas wish from Hawaii. Wishing you were here or I with you. Sending you this lamb aloha to brighten up your day. Mele kaliki maka eine. Sending you this lamb aloha to brighten up your day. Mele kaliki maka eine. Mele kaliki maka eine.
And thank you to Hawaiian Airlines, and welcome to Tua Tuesday, where everything is fine. And I want to be the first person this evening, maybe, to wish you Mele Kalikimaka, which is Merry Christmas. Nothing else should be bothering you right now. The Christmas season is upon us. All is good. Silent night. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. All the good stuff. Just embrace it. Just embrace that and stay away from that haterade that's going on social media. And if you're thinking you're going to get some of that here, yeah, well, thanks for watching, but I'm not going to post any of your crap if you're out here just simply to bash Tua. That's just not what I do, and I'm just not going to do it because, hey, it's my show. So if you don't like it, bounce. We're going to talk about positivity tonight and try to change some of the aura that's going on. I mean, I've got my let me see my big head. You got my Macau that my wife gave me here, my Macau and my Ikaika. You guys might want to look that up. Macau and Ikaika. Macau is basically that big fish hook. It's all about today is paying homage to Tua Tagovailoa and embracing QB1. Now, if you didn't see my video earlier, you can probably go to my channel and click it. But I spoke to what it means to be a fan. A fan. I got some sirens going off, so excuse me. But a fan, not a critic, a fan. If we're fans of the Miami Dolphins, we're supposed to be tried, true, and loyal, not just jumping off at the first chance that we get. It's insane, some of the stuff I saw on social media. And, I talked about, and I wore this hat. I had my Boston Red Sox hat on. And I explained to people that Boston, from the years 1918 to the years 2004, didn't win a championship. All that time, 86 plus years, didn't win a championship. My beloved Notre Dame, you see my banner back here somewhere, there it is, hasn't won a championship since 1989. And there's no way I would turn my back on Notre Dame. And there's no way I would turn my back on the Boston Red Sox. And there's no way I would turn my back on the Miami Dolphins. And in turn, I'm not running away from Tua Tagovailoa. So let me get this out first and foremost, because a lot of people will twist what I say. That's just what they do on social media. Tua had a very, very bad game against the Chargers. Tua played very, very bad against the San Francisco 49ers. We can't deny that. Maybe not as bad as some people thought. I'm not sure if you guys look at film, but nonetheless, it was bad. Can't get away from it. Team's got to turn it around. I believe in Mike McDaniel, and I think he can turn it around, but it's going to take some work. No big deal there. But let's look at some facts. And I want you guys to understand why, and I'm going to get to your comments as well. I'm going to give you some facts here, and I want you guys, I'm going to have to pull up something because I had to read some of this stuff. Mike McDaniel is a rookie coach in the NFL, head coach. It's his first year as head coach. There are only 2 rookie coaches in the history of the NFL, to win Super Bowls. That was Don McCaffrey as head coach of the then Baltimore Colts, and George Seifert, who was a head coach from the San Francisco 49ers. In 1970, McCaffrey led the Colts to a Super Bowl win. 1970. We're talking like, way back before the Dolphins won their Super Bowl. Then Seifert was a second rookie coach to win a Super Bowl. But, let's put an asterisk next to his name. Seifert was a backup assistant coach to Bill Walsh, who then, when he retired, Seifert stepped in after 10 years of tutelage and basically just got the keys to the car and just drove with Steve Young and Jerry Rice. He didn't really have to do anything because that system was in place, completely in place. Mike McDaniel stepped in, I believe it was March or April, and had to put an entire new offense together from scratch. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Wrap your arms around that for if you had to learn a new trade today, how long it would take you to become proficient at it. No other two coaches have won Super Bowls in their first year. That's it. Everyone comparing Mike McDaniel to some other head coach who's won Super Bowls, forget about it. This is new for him. Now, let's talk about Tua Tagovailoa. I think as adults, we can all agree. We have to agree that his first year coming off the injury from Alabama, let's call that a mulligan. Nothing really happened there, right? Can we agree on that at least? Can you guys actually agree that Tua was pretty much incapacitated and recovering from surgery and a horrific hip injury? If you can't, then you might as well check out now. In the history of the NFL, history we're talking here, facts, only 7 quarterbacks have started in a Super Bowl in their second year, which essentially is where Tua is. If we take away the injury recovery year, he's basically in his second year. And he's with a new head coach. Those 7 quarterbacks were, as we know, Dan Marino in 84, Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, and most recently, Joe Burrow. That's it. Of all the quarterbacks who have ever played in the NFL, those 7 quarterbacks are the only quarterbacks who went to a Super Bowl in their second year. Facts, not making it up. You can go look it up yourself. Has anyone ever brought this to you and presented it to you as fact this way? Out of those 7 quarterbacks, only 4 won a Super Bowl in their second year. That would be Warner, Brady, Roethlisberger, and Russell Wilson. That's it. 4 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL have won a Super Bowl in their second year. Mahomes, Mr. All-World, probably the best quarterback in the NFL, didn't win his until his third year. And by the way, he won in his third year with a coach that he'd been training with for, you can tell me, with a coach that he'd had under his belt for 3 years. He was in Andy Reid's system for 3 years before he won his Super Bowl. Why do I say all this? Why do I say this? Because Tua haters can't deny fact. They play with the emotion. They scream at you. They say cry more and all this kind of crap, but they can't deny fact. There's no way to deny it. It's black and white. So give up on Tua. Give up on Tua when only 7 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL have made it to the Super Bowl in their second year. Only 4 quarterbacks in the NFL history have won a Super Bowl in their second year. And Patrick Mahomes, who's ideally everyone's saying the MVP this year, didn't win it until his third year with the same coach. Y'all can kiss it. That just tells me everything I need to know. You don't understand the progression of football. You don't understand how it takes to develop a team. You don't understand how it takes to develop a quarterback in a new system. You want instant results. You want to, shake it up, boom, Super Bowl. That ain't going to happen. If it does happen, it's a bonus. This is good. Stephen Ross and Chris Greer did not hire Mike McDaniel to win a Super Bowl in year one. It didn't happen. And so I don't understand why so many people bitch and moan and complain that the Dolphins look so great, then they failed a little bit. It's a work in progress. Everything you're saying in the comments is absolutely true. Tua threw like crap. Nobody got open. He looked like poop. Oh, yeah, you're all right. Absolutely. But do you know they were 1 catch away from winning this game? And that 1 catch was that slant that Tyreek was going for, and he lost in the lights, it looked like. If Tyreek catches that, all this crap goes away. Dolphins win. There's nothing else you can say. As bad as he played, they were 1 play away from winning. 1 play. So if the guy I'm behind and the guy that most of you are behind played like crap the whole game, played like crap for 2 weeks, and still was 1 play away from winning a game, I'll take that. I'll take that in a new coach's rookie season. And everything you're saying about, hey, listen, he needs to adjust and get some more run game. He needs to do this. He needs to. You don't think that Mike McDaniel knows that? You don't think that Chris Greer and Stephen Ross brought this new coach in who doesn't know, hey, man, I need to be doing this more. But you know what? I may not have the offensive line to run the ball as much as I want to. And my running back got hurt. And I'm not sure that these guys can handle it up front. You don't think Mike McDaniel knows all this? This is his first year. And if he didn't know it, if he didn't make the adjustments coming out of the second half, it's a learning experience for he as well. So I'm not really sure what you guys expect. And I'm talking about the haters out there when you can't deny fact. If all day long, I stayed off of Twitter. Plus, I was sick. Thank you guys for asking what happened on Sunday. I just felt really ill and don't want to know. But I stayed off. And then today I started looking at things. And I started looking at more things. And I'm like, these people really have no clue about football. They really don't. They just see stuff in front of them. And, oh, yeah, he missed that throw. Oh, he missed that throw. He had 1 throw. He had 25 yards in the first quarter. He sucks. Oh, my God. We got to get rid of him. Let's put Skyler in. Let's draft another quarterback next year. You're not understanding. This isn't a 1-year deal. This is a process. This is how NFL works. I just read to you how many quarterbacks have won Super Bowls in their second and third year. 4. In the history of the NFL. You have to develop. You have to get in there and put together the team you want. Remember, Mike McDaniel wasn't involved in any of this stuff. he got dealt the cards that are there. Yeah, they went out and bought Tyreek and they brought in Teron Armstead, but there are so many holes to plug right now, and there's no draft picks next year. What they do in the offseason is really going to foretell what's going to happen next year. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to get on my soapbox right there and just let you guys know what I'm thinking, and that you can look up those facts if you want. And right now, I'm going to go and take some comments. So who are you? All right. Oh, I'm definitely going to take this one. Who am I? Let me make sure that showed up, so I want to call you out. Who are you or anyone else to call someone a hater or a fake fan? Pretty simple. Pretty really simple. You call it because they wrote it. They said it. I didn't say it. If somebody says Tua sucks, yeah, that's their opinion. Hater being, the word of the 2021 and 2022, the thing that people use. I would just say ignorant. How about that? How about if I don't call them a hater, I just say the ignorant. That works better for you? Calling someone ignorant is pretty simple. You understand that term, don't you? Saying a quarterback sucks when you've got an 8-5 record, and up until the last game he was leading the league in stats, and you say he sucks, you're ignorant. Don't be a hater then, all right? Larry Shade says, thanks for the history lesson. One of the problems with social media is it's a younger generation over there on Twitter, and for them it's easy to throw shade, clap back at you. That's what they live for. They don't live to be schooled. They don't live to be educated and understand the game. They learn to look at a game, say we lost, and the other big factor, huge factor, is gambling. There are some guys out there who, predicting things and they're working with FanDuel and what's the other one, DraftKings, and they're putting so much money on a game, so they're emotionally tied to it. If you put $300 or $400 on a game and you don't hit the spread and everybody picked the Dolphins, oh, those effing Dolphins, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because they lost you money. Relax, man. This is just fun. It's football. We're not here to just earn a living playing, watching a football game. Earlier in my other video, I said, basically it's like Survivor and see who gets voted off the island. And somebody goes, how dare you compare an NFL game to The Amazing Race or Survivor? Why not? Tell me why not. Somebody wins, somebody loses, and at the end of the day, someone's got to go home upset. It's in its simplicity. Winning and losing is very simple. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, and then they're going to go home. Or in this case, to Buffalo. Don't make it more than it is. It's a football game. And it's Christmas time. Thanks for cheering us up. We really needed you during the Cam Cameron year. Yeah, I bet. And just, if we just understand it's football. And things on social media make it so easy. Do you know how many years I sat back as a Boston Red Sox fan and went, oh, this could be it. This could be it. Oh, they got beat again. Oh, these damn Yankees. Oh, what am I going to do? My wife's an avid Yankee fan, so you can imagine what October is like in this house. And what ends up happening, we have to wear the hat of the winner, and I've had to put on a Yankee hat many more times than I wanted to. I have walked in Publix with a Yankees hat on because I was the one who lost, and I've had to wear it quite a bit. Notre Dame, everybody laughs at Notre Dame. Notre Dame sucks. Notre Dame. Had to hear it for 30 years. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not changing who my affinity is for. My affinity is for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. My affinity is for the Boston Red Sox. I'm from Connecticut. I had two choices. I could have looked 200 miles to the north and picked Boston, or I could have looked 200 miles to the south and picked the Mets or the Yankees. I didn't like the New York teams. I went with Boston as a young kid. When I say young kid, when I was 7 years old, my father gave me a baseball glove that I cherished, and it was about Carl Yastrzemski's Triple Crown year. And if you guys don't know about that, go look it up, and you'll see how far back I've been pining for the Boston Red Sox. The point being, this is your team. This is your team. You are a Miami Dolphins fan. Good, bad, indifferent. Unless you're going to change teams, you got to deal with it. That's the fact of the matter. You can scream, bitch all you want on Twitter, make nasty comments on here. I don't care. It's still your team. So unless you're going to change your affiliation and your affinity, you got to deal with it. You got to strap in and realize, hey man, I'm willing to root for this team and see it through. God knows 1972 was the last time the Dolphins won the Super Bowl. It's been 50 years. So over this 50 years, there's been constant heartbreak. And if you've been looking at this team for any length of time, you can go back and forth and see all the times the heart broke, it just blew, but you're still here. You're still here. I think this younger generation expects instant results. Let's take another one. I've been dealing with it for 50 years. I bet you have. Absolutely. That's why I like some of these older fans on here. How about a playoff game? Yeah, a playoff game would be nice. I still feel, looking at the record and what's ahead of us, unless they completely break down, we're going to see a playoff game. 1973, not 1972. Yes, 1972 season. Super Bowl was in January or February. Hey, Brian, you love your Dolphins? Absolutely. That's what you have to say. Your kids can screw up. Your wife, your husband can screw up. Unless you're getting a divorce, which is changing teams, you got to deal with it. You got to fix it and say, you know what? I'm with you. When I see people and what they've said over the last couple of days, I'm like, why are you still a Dolphins fan? If it's so bad, if Mike McDaniel is such an idiot, if Tua sucks so bad, why still watch the games? Why would you torture yourself? I hate classic old movies. My wife loves classic old movies. Why do I torture myself? Because I know she likes it, so I sit with her. But I wouldn't watch it on my own. Why are you watching Dolphins? Why are you even in here? Why are you making comments on this if you don't think the Dolphins are any good and Tua is any good? Change your team, your affinity. What's this say here? The core word in ignorant, as far as these people that I hate my quarterback, is rant, and that all they do is rant like they've lost their minds, and actually they have. Yeah, social media will do that to you. Some people do it for clicks. Some people do it just because it feels like, they're able to get likes and retweets and all this kind of stuff. Do they mean it? I don't know. I have no idea if they mean it. I just like to sit back and watch some of them go. People just need to relax. Rookie head coach, new scheme, Super Bowl expectations is just setting yourself up for disappointment. Every single time you do that, you're not paying attention to the game. You get excited. Yeah, we won a bunch of games in a row. Tua got hurt, lost some. Tua comes back, wins some. So it's been an up and down season. That's life. I'm sorry, but I don't know what your age is, but it hasn't been smooth sailing my entire life. You had to deal with it. And God forbid you decide to step off, but some people have. Jeez. You're right. Josh, you're absolutely right. Best team we've built in 20 years, and it's only going to get better. That's what I don't think a lot of people realize, is that do you think that Stephen Ross has invested all this money, has seen what this team could do so far and go, you know what? I'm good. I don't think we're going to put any more money into this. I think we've reached the pinnacle of where we're going to be. And I think that's it. No, hell no, he's not going to do that. One of the problems I had with somebody else, another YouTuber who was complaining about the price of tickets, and we should take out the high price tickets and put in more low price tickets so people can come in and afford it. Yet you want to spend $10-30 million a year on Tyreek and Tehran. Market is demand. If people are willing to pay X, Y, or Z for a seat, even if they don't show up, then that's their money. They put it out there. I've worked with some people, and we've gotten some booths and have paid $50,000 for a booth, and only 20 people show up or so. But they paid it. This is because they want to help the team. Different people want to help the team in different ways, and they want to show their affinity, and they get the tax breaks and all that kind of stuff. But in any event, it's about supporting a team. A team. Yeah, then the players are down here, but if you support the Dolphins, go to a damn game. Buy some t-shirts, buy some swag, and shut up and stop complaining. Yeah, hey, John, what's going on, buddy? I hope you're feeling better, too, and McDaniel should have big third last night. Yeah, he did. No, that was 2 nights ago, I guess. But he's got to learn. He's got to learn himself. He's got Wes Welker and some other guys on there, the offensive coordinator, Frank Smith, I believe his name is. It's a learning process for them. Some of them may not be here next year. He may bring in some better guns. Don't know. But it's a learning process for him. Remember, he's getting, this is something you really have to understand. He's getting a lot of feedback from the OC up in the booth and the players themselves. If the players are coming back, guys like Tyreek, guys like Waddle, and they're telling him, I can do this. Get me the ball and I can do this. And they can't do it. He's also judging them as well. These last 2 games, possibly the defensive coordinator for the Chargers threw something different at him that he wasn't prepared for, didn't adjust. Yeah, that's possible. But you know what? I'm still rooting for him. I can admit that he probably got out-coached. I can admit that Tua probably played like crap. But I'm not going anywhere. Let's see what I'm having fun. Yeah. Hey, Terry, what's going on? Terry Romine says, I'm having fun this year watching. Best I've seen in a while. I'll take it's still 4 games to go. The first part of what you just said is most important. You're having fun watching. It's entertaining. As much it was frustrating on Sunday night, and we're like, oh my God, what happened? Or I'm throwing up because I'm sick, nothing to do with the game. You still watched. You still watched because it's fun. Yeah, it sucks that you lose. Unless you got money on the game, the sun rises on Monday morning, and you're like, oh, good day outside, especially down here in South Florida. That person asked a question. I don't see what's the question. Okay, what are my expectations for the Bills game? I should have had like the Mr. T meme here. Pain. Someone is going to feel pain. Notice I didn't say who. My expectations are that they beat Buffalo earlier. Correct? Yes. I think that they're going to do everything they can to replicate what they did on defense. I think they're going to come after Tua extremely hard. The offensive line has to block better. And I believe they actually have to run. I don't know if you saw my video, but I did a video earlier in the week where I said my 5 keys to the game. And my 5 keys to the Dolphins winning, let me just see if I can remember off the top of my head. Number 5 was blitz and come after Justin Herbert, which they did, but then they got burned by the dink and dunk. Number 4, I believe, was run the damn ball, which they didn't do. For some reason, he gave up on a run, I believe, way too early, but he did. Number 3, I believe, was Tua had to return to earlier form, which he didn't. So far, all 3 things they really didn't do. Number 2, as always, don't beat yourself. And there were a couple penalties, and one of them that was absolutely outrageous, that pass interference on Jalen Phillips. And number 1 was protect Tua, which I think they got a C on, in my opinion. So if there were 5 keys to winning and they didn't do any of them, yeah. So my keys to the game coming up are going to be very similar. Number 1, you have to protect Tua. Number 2, the weather may be shitty. If the weather is shitty, you have to be able to run the ball. No doubt about it. I said it before. I don't care about the cold. The cold isn't the problem. The Bills have to play in the same weather. What's the problem is wind. I saw a forecast today where it's supposed to be anywhere between 12 to 18 miles an hour. You're not going to be sailing a ball 30, 40 yards downfield in a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. Just ain't going to happen. Plus visibility, if it's snowing, could be problematic. So this week, if I was Mike McDaniel, I would become a dink and dunk manager with Tua. Hey man, take the 3-4 yard outs and just keep moving the ball. The offensive line has to man up, has to nut up and block for the run. You got to get the run going, and adverse weather. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts. I would even go as far to say if they don't gain 100 yards on the ground on Saturday night, they're probably going to lose. Don't expect to see long bombs to Tyreek. Don't expect to see long bombs to Jalen Waddle. You're going to have to move bodies on Saturday night to win this game. On the flip side, Buffalo really doesn't have a running game. I don't know if you guys caught this. They just signed Cole Beasley. I think it was this afternoon. Why do you think they're signing Cole Beasley? They got Stephon Diggs out there. Why do you think they're signing Cole Beasley? Because Cole Beasley, number one, he's played with the Bills, so he knows the system, and he's that guy that will come in for short dink and dunks and catch a pass. Without having a running game, the Bills are going to rely heavily on Josh Allen to run the ball. If Josh Allen is running the ball, and you know he's going to be running the ball, and you know that the weather's adverse, stick him. Don't look to put him out the game. I'm not talking about putting a bounty. I'm talking about stick Josh Allen so he doesn't want to run the ball. He's a big-ass dude, 6'4", 6'5", 230, 240. You're going to have to really, really get after him. And if you stop him and make him hand it off, I think the Dolphins' chances are very good. Let's see. Defense need to contain Josh Allen from running. Where is that? Absolutely. That is absolutely true. Obviously, it's harder said than done, but the teams that have given the Bills fits are the ones who have been able to do that. Remember, he's going to be throwing in the same weather Tua will be throwing. Yeah, he's got a stronger arm. He may be able to force some passes, but that still doesn't make it easy for the receivers or the guys looking up into snowflakes. There's a lot going on there that I would be happy if I saw the Dolphins run it 30, 35 times. If the Dolphins run it 30, 35 times, that's just glory to my ears. Seeing that means they're winning in the line of scrimmage. Bills aren't going to be able to do that. Only Josh Allen is going to hurt you on the run. The other guy, Singletary, he's good, but for the most part, he's not going to bust you up. So that's what I think. Funny, Tua is supposedly injury prone, but the way Josh plays, who has the longer career? I've said that for quite some time, that I feel Josh Allen is one game away from being in serious trouble. He's reckless. He loves to hurdle people, loves to run at you and jump up in the air. And when you do that, you have no control of your body at that point. You've jumped, you've left the ground, and you're completely vulnerable, and nobody has caught him yet. There's going to be a linebacker or a safety that's going to catch him up in the air, and boom, they're going to pop him. I mean, I don't know why he likes being vulnerable like that. Maybe he feels like he's Superman. He's going to get away with it. He's gotten away with it for quite some time. But when he's out there running, he's a big, big target. And he's not Kyler Murray, who just got hurt. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's a big, lumbering guy. And when you leave your feet, you are no longer in control of your body's destination. That's my thought on that. Then the refs will flag it. Yeah, refs this year, but everybody's got to play with the refs. At this point, people were talking about the pass interference on Tyreek early at the first play of the game. They let it go. They called Jalen for the stupid putting his weight on the quarterback. They're moving faster to their flag football journey here. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's almost ridiculous. And I'm guarantee you, not guarantee you, how do I say this? My thoughts are that's why Tua got hurt. If you look at what's going on in the league now, what these guys are doing on a defensive line is they're wrapping and slinging people. They're wrapping and almost doing suplexes. They're not sticking you anymore because they may get a penalty. So what they're doing, and you can watch tape after tape of game, and they're slinging quarterbacks. Look what happened to Brady. And when he slung Tua, boom, he hit his head. That's an unnatural way to tackle somebody, is to sling them. And that's what the NFL is encouraging. I bet you in the offseason, they make that illegal as well. The centrifugal force of a guy who's 350 pounds, who can bench press 450, slinging you, is a lot of torque that he's putting on you, and he's throwing you to a hard surface that is going to be endangering quarterbacks. A lot more than 350 pounds jumping on top of you. So watch that to change as well. Yeah, that's worse. Yeah, it's worse than tackling. It's absolutely worse than tackling because at that point, you really have no control of what's going to happen. If I'm tackling you, I may put a good hit on you. I may stick you and wrap up. But if I'm slinging you, I mean, it's like wrestling. If I'm slinging you, I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm putting my strength into throwing you. And at that point, how you land, I'm sorry, dude, that's up to you. I'm just following the rules. To me, that's absurd. Absolutely absurd. Buffalo would not know how to handle that because they're not ready. Who is for the Wildcat? After seeing what Tyreek did on that fumble return, yeah, you might have something there. Maybe Mike puts in some wrinkles like that and says, okay, hand off here and just go around the end and take off. Gonna have to do something. Got to get that running game going. Got to get 100 yards this week. Mark it down. Barry said on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, you got to get 100 yards. Get it however you can. Potatoes are mid. If the Dolphins don't stop Allen, we're going to have a very, very long day. Hopefully, Tua outduels Allen. I don't like using hope as a strategy. And I'm not mocking your comment. What I'm saying is that's where we are at this point, where we're hoping this happens or hoping that happens. McDaniel has to come up with a strategy that the guys can actually execute, that they can actually work on. So I want to play you a video from all the ignorants and all the haters. This is from inside the mind of an actual Dolphins player. This is a guy who's sitting down on Sunday night after the game and going, what the fuck? What is wrong with you people? I just don't get what's wrong with you people. This is Javon Holland. If you haven't seen this video, you got to listen. And let me know in the comments if I need to turn it up. Check this out. All right, okay, let me get rid of that comment first. Boom. Okay, here we go.
Let me talk about that shit. How are y'all going to say Tua sold when he's been fucking playing his ass off the last 8 games? One bad game, and we don't even know. We got to look at the film, bro. Like, I don't even know if it was a bad game. I know that my job is to give the ball back to the offense.
Okay, I had to stop it right there. Everybody on Twitter, a lot of people in comments said it was a bad game. Here's an NFL starting safety or cornerback who says, hey, I don't even know if it was a bad game. What is he going to look at and give him the keys that you don't see? That's the thing you have to understand. Everyone's, oh, he's had a bad game. Maybe it wasn't that bad.
But I'm behind them boys regardless. Y'all fans be so quick to switch up. Like, come on, man. That's so lame. Y'all be so quick to switch up on our team. Like, how you want to, like, that is so crazy to me. Like, yeah, you loyal fans, like, cool. But then y'all just switch up dumb quick. And y'all hate on us. Like, bruh.
Whoever that guy was who said, I was so quick to call someone a hater. This is the feeling of an NFL player who's just lost, who has been on social media and is seeing what people are saying. This guy who's putting his blood and sweat out there to try and win for you. And he's like, what is wrong with you people? Seriously. It wasn't just me. He's saying it. What is wrong with you people who have to become like this? And a lot of these guys haven't experienced this. Hey, listen, I'm a fan. If you go to Notre Dame, if you go to a game at Notre Dame, and these fans have not seen him win a national championship for 30 plus years, you think after the game they're going, oh man, these guys suck. Nope. You think you go up and see the Jets and you see a lot of people say that? I'm going to show you that so you know that's not true. So here we go.
I thought y'all was supposed to be ride or die or something. Nah. Y'all be switching up on us. That should be lame. Super lame, bro. Anyway. Just know that man Tua, he fighting as hard as everybody else in the field.
He's fighting as hard as anybody else on the field. So unless you're going to call Javon Holland a liar, unless you're going to call him a fanboy of Tua, you have to understand what these guys are going through. Put your head in his shoes. Put your feet in his shoes and empathize with what he's seeing. He's sitting there doing, I think this is probably Instagram, I'm not really sure. And he's looking at the comments going, what the hell is wrong with you people? Why are you acting this way? You're crazy. He's actually said that.
And it just is what it is.
It is what it is. It's one game. It's a loss. San Francisco is one game. It's a loss. Don't you think that Javon Holland will show up at practice tomorrow and Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow. Practice his ass off to get ready for the Buffalo Bills. He can't look back. That's over. Whatever happened with the Chargers, it's over. They've gone through, I'm sure by now he's looked at films today, saw what moves that Justin Herbert was making. What did the Chargers do to catch them off guard, especially with Mike Williams? He's already looked at that. Now it's, what are we going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? And he's over it from these fans. Absolutely over it. Yeah, where did that go? Somebody said that TD must be another YouTuber. I agree. TD is garbage. He actually has people thinking he's all real and tells the truth. I've made it a point not to comment on other YouTubers. I just won't do it. I don't want to get into that kind of a pissing match with people. I just know, listening to NFL players, having been in huddles, that people bust their ass to win, to put out a product that you guys and myself will enjoy, that we will support. And I'm surprised he's at home looking at some of the comments, because I would, like Tua doesn't even go on social media. He just like, I just can't do it. Maybe that's going to have to be what Javon does as well, and just say, which to me is our loss. That to me is our loss. When an NFL player doesn't feel confident enough to engage with his fans, that's our loss. When an NFL player says, he's looking at his phone and going, you said what? What? I don't want to talk to you. And if I say something nice to Barry, then there's going to be 1,000 people who bitch about it. Something's off with our entire social media-led society, where a player sitting at home who's taking the time to make a live video feels uncomfortable engaging with people. It's not even worth it anymore. Do you feel good? Do you feel good if you're ignorant and you're a hater and you want to tell Tua he sucks? Does that make you feel better to tell Javon Holland, you guys blew it today? That's this much of a fan base. But because they're amplified on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, they sound so much bigger. When most of us would just love to interact with Javon Holland. I would love to interact with Tua and say, hey man, tough game. I know that was tough on you. Hope you didn't get injured. Looking better for Buffalo. Good luck. Wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't all of you want it? If Tua was sitting right here next to me and you were able to say something to him, would you say what some of these people in here say? Would you say, hey man, you suck. You really suck. We should put Skylar in. You ain't got it no more, man. I'm off with you. You're too slow. You're too injury prone. I'm done with you. You're a fraud. Would you really say that to him? If you would, then you're the problem. You are the problem. They lost. They lost the game. Like Javon Holland just said, it is what it is, man. It's a loss. But why? Never mind. I digress. It says Barry. It's that entitled mentality that everyone seems to have nowadays. Yeah, absolutely. Like, my word means more than yours. I will never, ever get to a point where I think that what I say here means more than what you guys say. Nope, never going to be that way. I get a ton of comments. I can only take a few during the live broadcast. Can't take any during a recorded video. And with that, I just like, I want to be, I even talk to people who say bad things and try to turn them around. And, hey, man, you must be having a bad day today. It's okay. Um, let's see here. Table for two. Tony V. He sounds more like a hater. I guess you're talking about one of those other guys. Let me go up here and find something. I'm not going to put up the stuff you guys are talking about some of these other guys, but because it's just not fair. If they're not here to protect themselves, which is, I think, what you need to do. If someone's going to say something nasty about you, should be here. Barry the man, you ain't nothing but the truth, brother. I'm with you every step of the way. I agree with you 100%. And it's just not me. It's looking at things from a 30,000 foot perspective and going, A, it's a game. B, these players like Javon are playing their heart out. Yeah, they get paid a ton of money, but they don't get paid a ton of money to hear your shit. They don't get paid a ton of money for you to tell them they suck. You couldn't do what they do, otherwise you'd be there. I can tell you right now, there's not a player in the NFL that sucks. I'm going to say it right now. You may think so, but there isn't a coach, a GM, or an owner who's willing to say a player that they're paying a couple $1,000,000 sucks. Now, they may at the end of the year get rid of him, but right now, and see the moves that they just made with Cole Beasley, they're bringing in guys who they think can help their team. No one's sitting back. I guarantee you that Mike McDaniel didn't walk into a team meeting today and say, Tua, you suck. So what gives you the right to say that? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, not even the players are siding with the haters. Nope, not going to do it. They're sick of it. This is one of the only teams in the league that has to go through this shit. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, well, first of all, I want to show this to you. You guys can see this. Okay. Omar Kelly, who we all know wasn't a big Tua fan, he tweeted, every Tua critic comes out of hiding right now. He's only been the top-rated quarterback for most of this season, but now he struggles and he's mediocre again. Either you believe he's got it or doesn't. That's it. You either believe it or he doesn't. That's from Omar. From Omar Kelly saying, step off with your bullshit. Let's see what else I got here. All right, so I like this one here. Let me get this straight. Everybody is off the Tua train right now, like for good. I wonder what happens in your personal relationships when shit hits the fan. I'm just as mad and embarrassed as the next fan, but you don't fold on your team. You just don't do that. Otherwise, you were never a fan of the team. It's almost impossible. I'm going to say that right now. It's impossible for you to fold on a team you actually support. Can't do it. I couldn't walk away from Notre Dame right now if I tried. I couldn't walk away from the Boston Red Sox right now if I tried. I may watch a New York Yankees game with my wife because that's her favorite team. But I don't care if Aaron Judge signs with the Mets, San Francisco Giants, or the Yankees. It doesn't matter to me because I'm not that fan. However, Notre Dame losing their quarterback and their tight end going pro, it hurt, man. I'm like, so the bowl game is useless. We're probably going to get wiped out by South Carolina because I feel it. There's no way I can walk away. If you're a fan of the Miami Dolphins, you can't walk away. You can't. There's no way. If you can, you're not a fan. Just like he said. It's that simple. Where's this other one I wanted to show? Okay, so I got a picture here. Talk about other guys. Okay, so this is from a New York Jets fan. New York Jets fan says, okay, so I have a legit question. Yes, the Finns just got smacked around in back-to-back games, but a lot of y'all feeling like this guy, but Jets just lost back-to-back, and we are on the outside looking in and still feeling hopeful of what we can do. Why do Finn fans feel this way? And I had to block who it was because, again, I won't talk about another YouTuber, but this guy went on about a 4 or 5 minute F-filled bomb rant about how the Dolphins are fraud and Tua's a fraud and Tua sucks, and he's supposedly a Dolphins fan. And you got a New York Jets fan going, hey man, we may not make the playoffs, but I'm still ride or die with my team. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Is that what y'all feel? Is that what y'all really feel? I mean, he actually says it. Y'all feeling a lot like this guy? But the Jets lost back-to-back, and we're already outside looking in, and they lost their quarterback. Y'all feeling like that? Is that how y'all feel? If other people can see, if players can see that you're full of shit, call yourself a fan, and then rip players, rip the team, you're not a fan. The other guy who asked me, hey, Barry, how can you say that someone's not a fan or they are a fan? Well, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, stank like a duck, it's a duck. Okay? I just told you. I couldn't walk away from the Notre Dame family. I couldn't walk away from Boston Red Sox. I am not leaving the Miami Dolphins and especially this community, this Ohana we've built here. Nah, it's just not going to happen. So step off if you don't like it. Now, I love following this young lady because I think she's Samoan herself. And she says, people's true colors showed on here yesterday. And it's crazy because some of these people were the same ones saying Tua is him for weeks. And now they turn on him just like that. Anyways, I jumped on just to say Tua Tagovailoa is still my quarterback. How sad is it that, and I one of my tweets, I think, let me just say, if I pulled it up. One of my tweets, I actually said, how sad is it that someone has to state, that has to openly, or they feel compelled to state that Tua Tagovailoa is still their quarterback? How sad is that? To me, it's really sad. That should be a given right now. And here's probably, if I can show it, this guy Ben Solak was one of a huge. Let me just freeze this. Is a huge, at one point, to a hater. I won't say hater, to a critic. And he's showing a play here in this 2-minute video. I don't want to show too much of it, but it shows something that not Tua, but Mike McDaniel had a problem with. So let's look at this, and let me see if I can blow it up full screen. Okay, good. So I'm going to play this, and I want you to watch what happens here. He's going to draw a little box. Okay, this is the start of this play. And on this play, Tua does some play action. He's got these different receivers out here ready to go. He's expecting to do an in route, or right there he's talking about at this point, this receiver, can't see what number it is, has the ability to actually go out or in, depending on what the coverage is on this play. So, but what they did, and what San Diego did, was they saw this shit and they bunched up the middle. They completely bunched up the middle so that the crossing routes just weren't available. As he runs it, here comes Tyreek in motion. Stop talking, dude. Run the play. He's got man-to-man, as it looks right here. Here comes Tyreek coming across. And immediately, they start backing into the middle of the field. They want to take, look at the guys up top. Look at them, how the safeties are coming up. They're saying, we're going to box him in the middle of the field here so that he can't go anywhere. So right now, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys basically within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. This is something that Frank Smith and somebody should have been wiring down to Mike McDaniel and say, hey, man, they're all bunched up. They're all bunched up. They're waiting for you to do this crap. So here comes the play. Tyreek comes across. Tua does a play action in the middle, which nobody is paying attention to. They're not even moving. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This almost looks like an old Oklahoma defense where they've got 4 people here just ready to stand there. You're not getting in the middle. So he's running the play. He's still talking. Okay. And now Tua's got time here. He's got time. But as you can see, nobody is open. And there's not going to be any room for a crossing pattern here because they're all sitting down in this box as he just drew on the camera here. They're all sitting right there. They're not going to give that to you. So what does Tua end up doing? Misses the read, and I think this is the one where he throws it into all that mess right there. Okay, let's look. Here goes. He's back. He's looking to throw. There's nobody open, and they're basically converging in the middle of the field. This is what happened all night long. Boom. So Tua's throwing that ball, and I just stopped it. The ball's in the air. It's out of his hand. This guy here, am I on the screen? Yeah. This guy here, completely covered. This guy here, completely covered. This guy here, fronted, and he's got somebody behind him. I believe this might be Tyreek. He's covered. You see someone who's not covered? I can't blow it up any further, but do you see who's not covered and probably can go for about 10 or 15 yards, but for some reason, Tua didn't throw to him? This is where I'm saying he missed some reads. This guy right here is probably Raheem Mostert, and there's nobody near him. For some reason, Tua didn't read this guy as open, and he forces it into the middle here. And there's just no place to throw. Look, this guy's sitting at, it's 31. That's Raheem Mostert. I'm sure when they run this film back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, they're going to say, Tua, be the dink and dunker. This is what Justin Herbert was doing all game long. You force these guys to come up. Right now, they're just stacked back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys back in the box. All he's got to do is throw a couple, take this down in distance. Here's the first down marker right here. So if you guys can see that, here's the first down marker. There's nobody that's going to stop him if he gets that ball. So did Tua play a bad game or did he miss some reads, which I guess may be the same thing to a lot of people. But can you imagine if he just said, you know what, I'm going to look them off down here and I'm going to throw it to Raheem Mostert, who's got, 4.2, 4.3 speed himself. There's no way this guy tackles him. There's no way this guy gets there. He's going to get the first down. And instead, you got an incompletion and, nothing going on here. Look at Raheem Mostert slide off up here. He's right here. Boom, right there. There's your man who would have been open right there. And then he's saying the same thing here if these guys cut to the outside and everything else. But I'm sure he saw that basically in film session today. And so when people are asking me earlier, what do I think is going to happen? I think you got to take what the defense gives you. This defense was giving Tua the dink and dunk all night long. And you've got two, I hope Jeff Wilson is okay, but you basically have two of the fastest halfbacks in the league. Let him run for 10 or 15 yards on a pass play. Do it. Take it all night long. You missed those reads. You played a bad game. Does it mean the Dolphins are in trouble? No, because that's an easy fix. If I can see it here, and I just wanted to spend some time and show it to you. If you can see it at the same time, you should be able to tell all is not lost. They just didn't make the adjustment. Why they didn't make the adjustment, I don't know. That's something Mike McDaniel is going to have to answer for. Now, on Sunday, I was going to give away 4 gift cards for $100, $100 each. And I got sick and I had to cut the broadcast. So right now, I'm going to give away $100 and 100 ante. You're getting $100. 100 ante, you just won a $100 Visa gift card. All you've got to do is go to my profile, get my email address, send me your name, number, and mailing address, and I'm going to send you out a $100 gift card just for showing up. You don't have to do anything else. As I was talking, I just picked that up, and you're going to get $100, bud. Boom, right there. As if they do man-to-man some of our receivers, Wallace and Hill run a defender to the side of the field. You're absolutely right, but that's really not important right now, except for the fact that 100 ante, you just got $100 just for showing up. That's what I do. I like doing it. Meli Kaliki Maka, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Relax. Have a good week. Watch my videos. I'll probably put another one out maybe tomorrow or Thursday. But have fun. Enjoy life. don't want the haters, the ignorants out there get to you. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, I am feeling much better. And you're my Ohana. And if you don't know what Ohana is, go check that out. But 100 Andy, I need you to send me your mailing address so I can get you out the $100 gift card so I can get it out to you before Christmas. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Fins up. See you.